Okay. Lastly, I feel like this is a part of the 3-part series tonight of my videos. While I have the energy, while this character is up, let's just get him out. Um, conditioning. Conditioning deserves its own video because it really is all there is outside of it. No, that's included in it. Your awareness, that's a part of it. Your character and the conditioning of the character is literally what it is. Like, everything is conditioning. I think I said this in my last video, but if you try to do nothing, try and sit there and do nothing, you will for a little while, and if that happens, that's what was needed. But your body is created to go to the bathroom and to get hungry and to, like, it's conditioned to do these things, to beat its heart, to breathe. You aren't doing those things. Yes, you can argue like, oh, I take care of myself and I'm staying alive. That's how I'm controlling the breathing and the heartbeat. Mm-mm. uh-uh. Uh-uh. It's very hard. The fact that it's very hard to let the human body just die, right? I don't even think this stuff needs explanation. It explains itself. The fact that a tree can go from a seed to a tree without any of us doing anything. There is clearly an intelligent awareness at play. Clearly. And that we are not doing any of it. It's just all happening by itself. But for us, the humans, the vessels, conditioning. Just thinking about like habit changes and diets, why it's so hard for us to change what we eat, and why like sugar and carbs and whatnot, the alcohol, drugs, why it's so hard to break away from those things, because that has manipulated our conditioning, right? It's we humans we pick up habits really fast, and we pick those up to be able to save energy. It's hard to explain this because I don't have a degree in this part, but to conserve energy so your brain doesn't have to get up and think about the habits that you have that to take care of yourself. Like, those things are ingrained for a reason, so you can conserve energy. So that's how easy it is for the body to condition itself for a habit. So of course you add sugar and drugs and alcohol and all these other things, social media, the phone, blah blah blah. Of course that will manipulate the conditioning. How else can I break this down? I have a friend who she has an interesting childhood. She grew up like in a foster care system and whatnot, and she's like a director. She would never be in an employee. She will always be a director, a manager of some sort, because she's conditioned due to her childhood. Her body now in her mind is conditioned for power and to prove herself in this world. So it plays out in so many ways, but everything is really conditioned. And so now it's just about becoming aware of what your vessel, your mind, is conditioned to do. How is your vessel and mind playing out in the earth school? I speak about it all the time. Like, my once I started learning my conditioning is um ADHD, anxiety ridden. That's what it was. Very sensitive. Um, so many things, and I had to, once I understood, like, oh, this is just my conditioned behaviors, I start doing things. Well, things could happen to the condition and to change it and alter it. So even racism, everything. Racism is conditioned in America. Like, so the conditioning can happen on the human, personal, individual scales, and on a larger scale. It's all conditioning. That's it. And I was listening to Amanda Seales' podcast earlier today, and she had like a reformed racist on there, and he, so interesting. He was explaining how he didn't realize how his actions, Even though he wasn't, well, no, he was racist, but he was, once he reformed himself, he said that he was explaining to his counterparts, other white people and whatnot, that even though you're not doing racist things, it's so conditioned in America in this system that your non-actions, your passive aggressiveness, in a sense, aid in it. Like, it's a, you don't even realize how you're conditioned in a way to be racist because it's a part of the system. So yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying that to make anybody feel guilty or whatnot. These videos are for everybody, whatever. Like, but it's just to give an example of everything is really conditioning. There's no other way to put it, because there is no you in here doing these things. There is, like, you can't put a bound on your the awareness, right? That is a part of this. So it's just the conditioning of the vessel operating here. How have you been conditioned? What has stemmed or played out from your childhood? That's why, hello, that's why therapy works, right? You don't have to go to therapy. You can go to therapy, you cannot go to therapy. You can get this message instantly. But understanding, like, what's happened to you in your childhood. Your mom left, your dad left, your mom stayed, your dad stayed. What happened in the home if they stayed? Any little thing. The fact that I'm speaking English right now, the fact that I'm speaking, I have been conditioned to do this. So every little thing, if you've been conditioned to just speak a language fluently like this, what else has been conditioned? And how is that playing out in your life right now? And guess what? It's okay. Because it's still a part of the unfolding of your life and of it all. There's nothing wrong here. It's just understanding and unfolding. And it's all a part of it. You are God. You are it. Surprise.